Smile, John.
Good evening. It's August 2nd, 2025, Saturday. And this is our YouTube video. I believe it's 670 or 671. Mr. Jeckovich, you've done a wonderful job with these YouTubes, and I'm glad you came out to every one of them. We've been doing these, I think, for about 2.5, 3 years now.
Right. What's that?
In recordings, all the recordings you're doing. You've had text and emails from around the world. You have novelty gifts from around the world. People, are very interested in what you have to say, and they admire you being a World War II infantry combat veteran, front line. So you're looking well today.
Oh, thank you.
That gray sweatshirt makes you look maybe 10 years younger. How you like that? You look 10 years younger, Gray.
Oh,
How you like that? How you like that?
Yeah.
So you had a good day. You did have a nice dinner?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have same thing always. We're reading Mr. Jeckovich's book titled Their Mother's Sons. How many pages was that?
849.
Well, that's a big monster book. And I know you didn't have Google. And I know you didn't have a laptop. How'd you put it together?
Yeah, yellow pages.
Yellow legal tablets. That's beautiful, Mr. Jeckovich. That's beautiful. Mr. Jeckovich was from Company H, the 2nd Battalion of the 291st Regiment of the 75th Infantry Division of the U.S. Army during World War II.
28.
Mr. Jeckovich believes and lives by the motto, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, and today is a gift, right?
Right.
Listen, boys and girls, it's a short dance around the sun. So enjoy every day and try to have, very fruitful days. Mr. Jeckovich is an example. He said that he blinked his eyes at 20 and now he's 100. Could you imagine that? Where do the years go, Mr. Jeckovich?
I don't know. It's a mystery.
Isn't that true what you said?
Huh?
You blinked your eyes at 20
Yeah.
and now you're 100? Yeah.
I don't know where it went.
Who the hell knows where they went? But you're doing well. And how long you been retired for?
1980.
So 45 years. That's pretty damn good. You beat the system. That's pretty damn good. Most people retire at 65 years old, and by 66, they're pushing up daisies, and that's a fact. So you did pretty good. Mr. Jeckovich was born in 1925, and now we're in 2025, and Mr. Jeckovich is knocking on the door of 100. Hear it?
Pearly Gates.
You beat this system, man. I don't know anyone else is 100. I especially don't know any older person that's in the shape that you're in. This guy reads 3 newspapers every morning with no glasses. He can shake your hand with the power to knock you to the ground. Never took a prescription. Never took a vitamin. He jogged for 80 years. Wow. Did you drink liquor?
No.
Did you smoke cigarettes?
No.
I'll be damned. So here he is, 100 years old, you're looking well. But as Mr. Jeckovich said, he's very sincere. He blinked his eyes at 20, now he's 100. I kind of believe what he's saying. 80 years are just gone, right?
Yeah.
So listen, boys and girls, it is a damn short dance around the sun. Enjoy every day. Remember, you're just visitors on this earth. That's all you are, is visitors, so enjoy it. Life is so damn strange. You arrive here with nothing. You spend your whole life chasing everything. I need this, I need that. Oh, I need this new car, I need this new house. And still you leave with absolutely nothing. But make sure your soul gains more than your hands. It's very important. And Mr. Jeckovich is a great example how he achieved this. Make sure your soul gains more than your hands. Yeah. You never seen a hearse pulling a U-Haul trailer You're not going to take it with you. So do a good job treating all the people and all your neighbors and friends nice. And this way here you can make sure your soul gains more than your hands. It's just the way it is. Mr. Jeckovich was come from a generation that was called the greatest generation of all mankind. I don't know the reason why, but I believe it is. But I know two aspects of it. These guys and ladies back then were very patriotic, and they had great empathy. I got example in Mr. Jeckovich's book, Their Mother's Sons, where there's great empathy expressed to all during those times. For example, Mr. Jeckovich's best friend during World War II in a foxhole, Donald Lape, another teenage boy. He wasn't street smart like Mr. Jeckovich. Mr. Jeckovich was street smart. Your mother made you tough?
Yeah,
And your mother
was tough.
Your mother was tough. Well, Donald Lape wasn't. He's a fine young boy. A dirty bomb. And what's a dirty bomb?
You got nails, screwdrivers, that also.
Yeah. A dirty bomb loaded with old screwdrivers, crescent wrenches, razor blades, nuts and bolts. Anything the Nazis could pack into it to do the most damage when it blows. Well, this one blew right in Mr. Jeckovich's foxhole and took the head off of Donald Lape. The only thing left hanging was his glasses on his ear. And now Mr. Jeckovich still has shrapnel to this day in his body from that bomb. Still has shrapnel to this very day from that bomb. What happens, I'm just curious, what happens when you try to go through the airport with all that metal?
What?
You have all that metal in your body. What happens when you...
I got a slip, I give him a slip.
What's the slip basically
Said
say?
this soldier has shrapnel in his...
Okay. How I'm getting back to the empathy part, Mr. Jeckovich wrote a beautiful letter to Donald Lape's mother and father. Where do they live?
Waterford, New York.
Yeah. Farm town, right?
Yeah.
He wrote them a beautiful letter to Donald Lape's mother and father and told them that their beautiful young son is killed. And if there's any good news, I mean, he died instantly. If that's good news, it's good news. But that's a plus. You don't want to suffer for weeks or years dying. You just don't want to. But, and Donald Lape's mother and father, this is an example of empathy. They wrote back to Mr. Jeckovich, they called him Johnny. They said, Johnny, thank you for the update. Johnny wrote him a big long letter. And they responded back to him with a 2 or 3 page letter. Johnny, thank you for the update. Our other son's in the Navy, and our neighbor boy is in World War II, and he just got killed also. And his father didn't take it too well. He had a heart attack instantly and died. And so now this Lape family is going through so much pain, so much misery, and they're worried about their other boy who's in the Navy. This is where the empathy comes to play. They wrote Mr. Jeckovich a nice letter. Johnny, I'm glad you didn't I'm glad you didn't die either. We didn't know what happened to you when that bomb hit. And Johnny, we pray that you make it through the war. We pray very hard that you make it through the war. Well, he did, but Mr. Jeckovich was shot in the shoulder by a sniper, beat up, stabbed, lost a hip, shrapnel as we discussed, still in his body, frostbite, trench foot. You still have frostbite.
Yeah, 7
right now.
There, yeah.
What's the pain level?
7.
Hasn't gone away in 80 days. Not a damn thing no one can or will do about it. I don't think they can do shit for it. But we learned a lot of stuff from World War II. For example, we learned thousands of things from World War II. If you're out skiing this year, snow skiing, if you get frostbite, don't run into the lodge in front of the fireplace. Make a snowball and rub it on that area, and then it'll get the blood circulated again. So those are little things we knew. But this man got frostbite in the Battle of the Bulge, the coldest winter of record. Arden's Forest was horrible. Waist-high feet of snow, and the army didn't have the proper clothing for these guys, right?
Well, they didn't have it from the beginning, but they caught up.
Yeah, but in the beginning they didn't. And so anyways, getting back to Mrs. Lape, her name was Mabel Lape. a saint as far as I'm concerned. She wrote a nice flowing letter to Mr. Jeckovich. Johnny this and Johnny that and Johnny this. We're putting together a package for you right now, and we're going to get it out to you. And we pray to God that you get this package, because all the packages and the 40 letters we sent to our beautiful son Donald, they all came back. They all come back undelivered, because they don't, half the time the military didn't know where the hell you were. So you did get that package.
Yeah.
And what was in the package from Mrs. Lape?
A wristwatch
Snacks.
and some food.
Did you share your food?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a beautiful package.
Yeah.
So how we're getting to empathy is this. Here's this family, the Lapes, in New York farm town, suffering, pain and misery of losing their boy, worried about their other boy. Their neighbor's sons died. Their neighbor's father died. They're in all this misery these damn wars bring. Don't they bring so much misery?
Misery, yeah.
Misery on top of misery. They sent them this beautiful letter all about empathy. Empathy is the glue to civilization. Empathy is the glue to humanity. That's the reason why I believe, one of the reasons why, that we're considering this the best generation of all times. Patriotism and empathy. Patriotism and empathy. I don't see too much empathy today. I really don't. I still believe there's more good people than bad, but I don't see much empathy. I wish I would see more. I wish I would see more. Well, we're back to the situation where we have a lot of reading to do. We're second time around in your book, or we could read some text messages.
Text messages.
Okay. Before I read the text messages, is there a staff behind me?
Yeah.
Could you just carefully hand this to Mr. Jeckovich? These are some documents we found are 80 years old. Just take a look at these and tell us what you think. I'll listen.
You want to read it?
Yes, I'll listen.
It's to my mother, Mrs. Anna Jeckovich. I regret to inform you that your son, PFC Private First Class John J. Jeckovich, was slightly wounded in action 15th January.
Yeah.
Slightly. What happened to you, John?
The address will follow directly from the hospital. It details.
Let me refer to something in your diary on the January 15th. That's a Western Union that the military sent to your mother, right?
Huh?
That's a Western Union telegram they sent to your mother.
Yeah. Love to the best mother in the world. Best wishes and good health is my thoughts are with you, John.
That's what you sent your mother in a V-mail.
Yeah.
Not an email, a V-mail.
Yeah.
Not an email, a V-mail you sent them. They were called
They were
V-mail.
censored, yeah.
They were all censored, right? Let me just read something from your diary before you read more.
Okay.
15 January 1945, diary. 2nd Battalion, the 2nd Battalion, which exposed the left flank attack from Granilou towards Petite Thier. E and G companies led the attack with F Company in reserve. Both companies were pinned down during the day by heavy enemy fire. That was heavy enemy fire. If you can picture Mr. Jeckovich was at the wrong place at the wrong time. Hitler's last-ditch effort to kill some teenage American soldiers. They sent in over 6,000 Nazi fighters and 6,000 tanks through the Ardennes Forest. Ardennes Forest was the coldest winter of record, and also Ardennes Forest is a forest that is very cluttered. It's congested. The trees are close together, so no one thought that Hitler would even attempt to come through that way, but he did, and these guys were caught, surrounded. 3rd Battalion Company, I received attack orders during the night. of January 15th to attack at 0700. The 16th of January, the company's sector was in the 2nd Battalion. The battalion had been in intense enemy fire the previous day. Company K, 291st Infantry, was on the I Company left when the attack was made. The first objective was, over 400 yards of bare, open ground, which was swept by hidden enemy machine gun fires and sniper fire. You got hit in the shoulder by a sniper.
Yeah.
The company gains its objective, but the cost was heavy. And also when Mr. Jeckovich was in Bastogne, he was ordered to stay there, and they stayed there for 4 days. The skies were dark. They couldn't get any air support. They couldn't get 20 or 30,000 paratroopers they needed. They couldn't get ammunition. They couldn't get food. They couldn't get any jet or fighter planes to help shoot down the enemy. So they held it. What did they tell you to do? Hold it. Almost 97% casualty. Yeah. So he recovered in Paris hospital, and it's an interesting fact. He recovered for several months in Paris, to a hospital in Paris with his wounds, and and they told him if you could squeeze your index finger on a machine gun, and you could walk.
Yeah.
What are you?
Fit for duty.
Fit for duty. He went in all bandaged up, right to the back of the front line. Right to the front of the back line. Right? So there you go. Things were different then. But I did just realize I got another text from your friend Nancy. Nancy was your friend for over 50 years.
Yeah.
You, Delphine, and Nancy did a lot of nice things together. So let me read this text from Nancy. Let's see what she says. Hello, Mr. Jeckovich. Since the topic in the news the last few days is getting back to physical fitness, you were before your time. You were jogging 80 years ago.
Yeah.
You were before your time. What did the people tell you when you were jogging through the streets of Niagara Falls, New York?
Get off this road, you bum.
Yeah, minutes please. Yeah, this guy started jogging 80 years ago. It wasn't acceptable, it wasn't fashionable, and nobody jogged.
12 and a half.
No one jogged. So it looked weird for a man jogging down the road in his boots, his corduroy pants, and an old sweatshirt. So people would say, get on the road, you bum.
Yeah.
Can't you afford a car?
Yeah.
And what else they do?
So stuff at me, yeah.
They threw all kinds of shit at him. We emptied cans of Genesee beer, and one time they popped him in the head with a full can of Campbell soup. So things were different then. But I'm just kind of curious. 80 years ago, there was no joggers on the street. Now we have them on every corner. But what got you started jogging?
I read a book by Charles. He mentioned all that stuff.
Who was the author?
Yeah.
Who was the author?
Charles.
Okay. So you want me to continue with Nancy's text? It's about physical fitness. Nancy says, since the topic in the news the last few days is getting back to physical fitness, I have a couple questions for John about jogging. Nancy wants to know, when did you start jogging? 80 years ago, right?
Yeah, 80 years ago, yeah.
Was this an everyday activity or just a few times a week?
Every day.
Every day you jogged. Hear that, Nancy? He jogged every day. And how long did you run for? 30 minutes or 1 hour?
1 hour.
1 hour, Nancy. Here's another important question Nancy has here. How did you initially prepare for the run? For example, did you have a stretching exercise beforehand?
No, I never even warm up.
Yeah.
No.
You never did it?
No.
Running for a long period of time, Nancy says, is not easy to do. I admire your stamina, John. Thank you for answering, Nancy.
Yeah.
So she might be interested in jogging.
Yeah.
So that's a beautiful thing. Maybe she'll be interested in jogging. She can stop here, and you can give her some nice tips.
Nancy's gonna jog? I don't think so.
Well, it's a nice text from her, and she might or might not, but she's thinking about it, sounds like to me, which is a step in the right direction. So, on the way to the studio today, speaking of jogging, I seen a lot of people jogging down the road wearing these very expensive and fancy fancy jogging outfits. They're like neon pants and neon jackets and shirts, a special hat. They had beautiful, expensive sneakers. They had bottles wrapped around their waist, and they had some type of earphones in. That seems like a very expensive way to jog. But once time went on, did you ever get dressed up like that?
No.
Why do you think these people get dressed
Show
up?
off.
Show off. So you never wore those $500 suits?
No.
You wore your old boots, your old
Sweatshirt.
and old pants.
Wool hat.
And a wool hat. There you go. Okay. And it worked. I imagine all those people who said those derogatory things to you 80 years ago, that you're a bum, can't afford a car. I'll bet you anything they're pushing up daisies today.
Well,
They're not around.
Maybe.
They're not around. So did you want me to read a few pages or go through more text?
Go ahead.
Text?
Read it.
Read? Okay. We're in Mr. Jeckovich's book, chapter 8, the second time around. We're on page 13, and let me just fill you in where we're at. This is when Mr. Jeckovich is in his fourth basic training camp. He's in Haverfordwest. He's in Wales. And here we go again. He met another girlfriend. I don't know how the hell someone would meet girlfriends during World War II, but this guy had a lot of them. I don't know how the hell he do it, but he did it. So we're talking about a girl's named Jean Roland Young, and she lived in a cottage in Haverfordwest. Her father was a mayor, and they've been dating for the time he's been in basic training there before he sets to the front line. So I'll pick up the pieces from there. As Jean turned toward the cottage, she whispered, "Don't forget tomorrow, John. I'm looking forward." With that, she ran to the front door, turned and waved, and disappeared inside. Walking back to the billets, I again reviewed the day's events, and once again I considered how fortunate I have met a woman like Jean. I was not as confused as I had been with Anne, and perhaps it was due to the fact that I did not feel much undue pressure from Jean as I had with Anne. In any event, it was just too late to try to sort out these two happenings. All I knew for sure was Jean took one day at a time and was grateful and appreciative for that. She did not, nor did Anne, probe or seek anything beyond that. Both were content to be together for a little time we had left. Okay. For the next 2.5 weeks, I executed a plan to perfection, with only one serious exception. Towards the end of the first week, while Jean's just before the start of the BBC network, is that what she used to listen to there?
Yeah.
I was overcome with a good case of dysentery. Not wishing to embarrass my host, and mostly myself, I made excuses that I must return to the billets for a short time. It appeared that Sergeant Whalen was looking for me. So your Sergeant Whalen, was he a good guy?
Yes, Hugh.
Was he a good guy?
Sergeant Quarters.
Who could not locate me. Fink, that's Donald Fink that later got killed, we talked about, by accident found me in a latrine and relayed the message to me. Fink did not mention that he searched the shower area earlier. Fink did mention that he searched the shower area earlier, but did not see me there. I replied that I was going outside behind the building for some fresh air.
5.5.
So you had a system down so people didn't know from the previous readings. While you were at Haverfordwest at the, might say boot camp or training camp, you had to walk many miles to take a shower.
Yeah.
And you didn't have to technically sign out or sign in, so that time was your own.
Yeah.
So you would say you're going to the shower, you work a couple miles to the showers that the Army engineer set up, but instead you went over to Jean's cottage.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Spent some time there,
Yeah, so actually he went looking for you, and he didn't find you there. Upon my return to the orderly room, Sergeant Whalen informed me I had an urgent message, an urgent telegram. I immediately became apprehensive and mystified regarding its contents. My inclination was about home, mother, and Sally. Sally's your sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you thought you got this Western Union telegram that something was wrong at home.
Yeah.
But as it turned out, upon opening the telegram, I read, "Have a merry and safe Christmas. All the best for the new year. Signed, Love, Ann."
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. I was relieved at its contents, but also left me with pangs of guilt and remorse. I felt intensely that I betrayed Ann and our sincere, loving relationship. Fink noticed my despair and asked, "Bad news?" I quickly rejoined, saying, "No, it's a telegram. It is a telegram from home. I guess I got a little homesick reading it." He nodded and left the room after I recovered sufficiently. I decided not to go to Jean's that afternoon. Instead wrote several letters, one to Ann, another to Mother and Sally. For all my good intentions, I could not help thinking about Jean and all we were missing, so little time left. So now you're getting ready to shove off, right?
Yeah.
After breakfast, minutes please. After breakfast the next morning, we had a complete weapons check,
3 and 10 minutes, 10 seconds.
along with a thorough equipment inspection. It had connotations of a serious nature as Captain Droulard. How was Captain Droulard?
No guy.
He was on the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was present along Battalion Commander Colonel Drain. How was he?
Useless.
What?
Useless.
Useless?
Useless. He was useless.
Okay. It happened all the making to the final phase out of our stay here in Haverfordwest in preparation of crossing the channel.
Yeah.
You're getting ready, right?
Yeah.
After the inspection, I approached Fink regarding my up the hill to see Jean. At first, he smiled slightly upon hearing my plan for a nightly pass without signing in and out. But then he finally agreed with my deception and said that he would cover for me in the event of another episode like last night. So I'm going to leave it here, but we're going to talk about
2
that.
minutes.
Huh?
2.
So, and after Haverfordwest, then you're sent over to Channel
Yeah.
to go heavy duty fighting.
Yeah.
And how did you get all across the Channel?
A line broke the ship.
And Limey, I take it's English?
Huh?
English? Is it English food?
Yeah.
Was it good food?
Yeah, it's greasy because it was limey food.
I see. In Haverfordwest, you would go out mostly every night with your girlfriend, Jean. Did you see the Spitfires?
Oh yeah, that was a Spitfire with the blue light coming out of the back.
Tell us exactly, in your best description, how the Spitfires looked every night.
They whined, and they could the exhaust coming out of the back end of them with a blue cheek of flame coming out.
And they were bombing at night, and who was bombing during the day?
The Americans.
And so they pretty much took Germany, Berlin to rubble.
Yeah.
How many of those would you see at night? How many airplanes would you see at night? How many would you see at night? How many
Airplanes?
planes? Yeah.
Spitfires.
They were in a formation. They knew where they were going. They didn't want to get all jumbled up in one spot.
Did you often wonder how many were going to come back?
Oh yeah, and some of them didn't come back.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Were you around that night when they came back?
Yeah.
How long were they gone? For a couple hours?
A couple hours go in and drop their bombs and come
And
back.
then you would notice that there was not as many.
There was not many.
Where were they landing at? When they came back home, where were they landing
At
at?
a base there.
Oh, okay.
Okay, minutes.
10 seconds.
So that was something. Explain the flame to us. What did the flame look like?
The blue flame.
Blue flame.